I've noticed that people like to use their mental health as an excuse to be a bad friend or to kind of be out of it, right? And that's totally okay. If your mental health makes you need to, pull away, that's okay. But what I have a problem with is when I have an issue, when you've been in this dynamic, when you've been the one to always support and always help and just you're always that person. The moment you have an issue, the moment you have some type of struggle, it's a completely different feeling because now you're the issue. You're being a bad friend, you're being a bad person. And I never quite understood that concept. Just because I'm, you know, always helping doesn't mean I don't struggle myself. It doesn't mean that I don't have my own issues. It doesn't mean that I can't pull away and have my own alone time. And it sucks. And it sucks more because you can tell when someone's lying, when someone's using their mental health as a lie to get out of things, especially friends. You can see it. You know it. You can sense it. Especially when the energy towards you has changed and you can see how they act around others. The the energy with other people, they're always excited, they're always talking to them. But they barely have that energy towards you. You know, they want to say that, I'm just struggling and I would understand that. But the issue is you're not because you wouldn't be acting like that with other people. You don't mess with me anymore. You don't fuck with me anymore. And their words say different because if you ask them about it, they'll be like, oh, I still see you as super close. They reassure that, but your actions don't show it. And that's why I always tell people, if someone, they say they love you, they care about you, but they don't show it, their actions are completely opposite. Trust their actions over their words because their words are never going to be what it really is, right? I've had people that say, I care for you, I love you, but never once have they checked up on me. Went out of their day to hang out with me or talk to me or do anything with me. But, while I'm on delivered and they haven't even asked for anything, they're with everybody else. So, your actions tell a completely different story. It's a different view, and it's a lonely feeling because someday I want to be special. I want to be special to somebody. I want to have that feeling where I want to have that somebody where I'm like, yeah, like me and them, we always hang out. But I don't, and it's sad. I'll never have that feeling. I'll never experience someone who's so close to me where people look at me like, oh, that's them. It's never going to be like that. And I think it's because people see me as someone who just helps. And when you have that kind of understanding, that purpose, you're no longer just a friend. You're what people use to heal and to get over things, and then they find someone else and completely move to them. And it's a crazy feeling because, you know, in any situation, I would be here for you. It doesn't matter. Any situation. But everyone else you're around, they don't care about you. You know? They don't want anything to do with you if something goes wrong. But I do. And I'm not saying that, just to boost my ego. I'm saying that because I was there. These people weren't. They didn't care about you. I was the one that was there. I was the one that cared for you and took care of you and made sure you were okay. I got you back on the right path every day, every time. I checked in on you. I gave you set plans. I helped you. I paid for you. Those other people haven't. So why am I all of a sudden the issue? Why am I all of a sudden on the back burner. And it's because they think you're a safety net. Because when they fall down, right, something goes wrong, they know you'll come back to help them. And then they'll just go back to what, they've normally been doing, which is using you. And it's lonely. And I don't like when people who aren't lonely say that they're lonely, because they're the same ones that go out and they talk to people, and it must be nice. Like, it must be nice to have friends that talk to you. It must be nice to go out with your friends, It must be nice to spend hours being on the game with them. That must be amazing for you, but I don't experience that, ever. I mean, why do you think I play so many games single player? That's who I am. I don't have anyone to play with, really, like, at all. Um, I, I was the same kid who would play, you know, Black Ops 2 with bots on because I didn't have anybody to play with. I had no friends. I was alone. Like, I remember playing games, these single player games, and, whether it was Minecraft or anything, and, like, talking to myself, pretending I was playing with other people. So, it's one of those feelings that really hurts you. Because I wish I was different. I wish I had friends, but I try. Like, it's not that I don't try. It's that I don't think anybody wants to be friends with me. And maybe there's something that I don't see, and maybe I'm not funny enough, or maybe I'm not. Maybe people can tell that I'm not mentally the best, and I don't blame you for not wanting to be friends with me, but don't pretend you're friends with me and play this whole act and then close off. Don't do that. I'd rather you just be honest and upfront at the start. And it hurts because I genuinely don't have anyone that I could, like, if you ask me, who's your best friend, I could not tell you. I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't. I couldn't tell you who my best friend is. I couldn't tell you who's there. I just couldn't. If you asked me to name, like, even 5 friends, I couldn't tell you. If you asked me to name, someone that would be there for you, I couldn't tell you. Do you know, like, I don't remember the last time someone checked up on me without me checking up first. I don't remember the last time one of my friends had genuinely brought up and asked me how I was doing. I don't remember. I could not tell you the last time. But I can tell you the last time I did. I could. And that's the worst part. I don't have anyone that really checks up or cares for me. I don't have anybody that, makes sure I'm good. And I don't know if that's because people think I'm just always okay or what, but it's, you just don't care. And that's the problem. I wish someone did. I wish someone cared about me enough to really reach out. And when I hold things in, I tend to lash out sometimes, or I tend to completely shut down. And I wish there was another me, because I would never be mad. I would understand. But it feels like there's nobody like that. And it sucks. I want to be wanted. I yearn for that. I yearn to be loved and appreciated and seen as a person, but I'm not. Why am I never seen as a person? Did I do something in my life to deserve that? And it sucks. I don't do anything. I don't do anything in life. Genuinely. I mean, I don't get invited anywhere. I don't get invited anywhere. I don't even get called randomly. I don't get texted out of nowhere like, yo, like, how you doing? Yada yada. I'm just checking in. Nothing that happens to me. I deal with things on my own. If I have an issue, I deal with it on my own. And that gets lonely. And I guess in a lot of people's view, people see that as like, oh, you're strong. You don't need that. And I hate that type of view. I do need somebody. It's lonely. It it tears you apart going through anything alone. It genuinely destroys you because by the end of it, it changes you. If you hurt enough, it changes who you are as a person. You don't do anything. You don't talk about anything anymore. You don't even you close up. You don't you're not you. People see that. You become more quiet. You let everything go and people think that's normal. People think that's strength and I don't think that is. The amount of times that I've gone through the worst shit and just gotten up the next day like nothing. It sucks.